You piece of shit.
Back when I was a wee...
God damn, boy. Okay, back when he's a wee lad. The embarrassing failure of Jump Force. Jump Force should have succeeded, though. No, I feel like they should have redid it. Because the dead Jump Force was back then, no cap, that shit was ugly.
Little idiot of a child.
I don't fuck with that ugly shit.
The anime I watched relied exclusively on how powerful the protagonist was. You see, back in middle school, I was really into Naruto. Look at this, I still got my little plastic
Bitch, nigga. My fault. I didn't mean that.
kunai. But it would tick me off whenever I'd talk to any of the other kids about it, and they'd be all like,
"Oh, he can't beat Goku though. He can't beat Goku though."
I don't give a fuck. Shut the.
How old is this nigga? Yo, back then when I was in middle school, niggas wasn't watching anime. I was watching it, but niggas wasn't watching. I think one of the first ones I watched, I don't even know. I had to go to like 2000s anime. It wasn't, but the ones that I was watching, it wasn't like the ones you would know, like Bleach, like Death Note. It wasn't none of them shits, bro. It was like, I was watching like Demon Lord Dante. Yeah, I was watching like Demon Lord Dante. I watched this. I remember my man's brother had like I think he had the mangas. I think that's when I first had got into manga as well, because I was reading it. But he had the manga of Demon Lord Dante.
This is a reminder.
And he
Nighty workout.
Alexa, shut that shit up. And he also had like the I think it was movies or some shit. I don't remember. But it was like Demon Lord Dante. Nah, I don't know the name of them hoes though. I'm not gonna lie. Like the shit I was watching back then, I did not know the names. Like I said, it wasn't no heavy hitter joints, you know? They was cool. But Ghost Stories, yep. I watched this shit too. Ghost Stories, I watched this. I watched Ghost Stories, I remember that. Yes, I remember Ghost Stories. Yeah, I don't know. I was really watching like some low key shit. I was just watching shit though.
Fuck up, Derek. But what really ticked me off was...
But like I said, niggas in my middle school, they were not watching anime though. Niggas was not watching that shit.
He was right. Naruto can't beat Goku. Naruto would get his shit kicked.
Hold on, bitch. This guy Jump for it. What the fuck is this shit? You know what? Yo, niggas lame at. Yo, every lame nigga I know had this type of profile picture too. And or they had a Riley one with like some Supreme or Bape on. That shit lame, boy.
Naruto would die. I would get home and play my stupid little Naruto Xbox 360 game and go.
Damn. You know what's crazy? I be sad tracking so much, but look, I gotta get some cords for my GameCube. But I still have my fucking GameCube. This is like one of the only old consoles I still have. And I have this game in here. This is Naruto Clash of Ninja. Clash of Ninja. I still got this hoe. I got another one. I got another Naruto game somewhere though. But yeah, I've been meaning to get the cords to this and get a controller and see does this shit even still work. Because goddamn, see what they really got. I'm gonna really see what they really got.
Luckily for me,
I can look over
2018 marked Shonen Jump's 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And to celebrate, they had something big in mind.
Ooh.
Something you might wanna jump for. Something that might force you
to
grab your wallet.
That one it.
2018. A new trailer by Bandai Namco and... No way, is that Naruto? In real life?
I'm not gonna hold you. I do not remember when Jump Force got announced. I don't remember. I have no recollection of that shit.
No way. No way this is happening.
I don't. But I think 2019, I don't know. What was I watching in 2019? Let me just check. What was I watching in 2019? 2019 anime. Animes that came out in 2019. Damn, babe. Hold on. I was not watching. My Hero came out in 2019? Oh, that's a movie. I'm about to say it. My Hero didn't come out in 2019. I don't know what I was watching back then. But I don't remember this shit.
Holy shit.
I do not remember this.
Look at how all the cop cars are destroyed and stuff. That's how you know this is serious. Holy shit. Naruto in New York City. And is that Luffy on the American flag? This was Jump Force, the anime crossover fighting game to end all anime fighting games. You don't even have to make any more anime fighting games after this. Just play Jump.
That's facts though. That's facts. I feel like if they actually do redo like if they make a Jump Force that look like Sparking Zero, bro, it's not gonna need a point to make another fighting game. Like if you go make some shit, just make like a story game or some shit, bro. We don't need. I feel like this is what we actually need though. Instead of like, you feel me, like Sparking Zero, Bleach Rebirth of Souls, the new My Hero fighting game, that trash ass Jujutsu Kaisen fighting game. They all just come together and make one beautiful fucking thing. I don't know how that will work, but yo, Bandai, please, you giving us slop. You gave us that bum ass Jujutsu Kaisen. Come on, bro. This is what we need, a new Jump Force, bro. Don't call it Jump Force, though. Don't even make anything close to Jump Force. Make that shit better. Make it look better. Like I said, make that shit look like Sparking Zero. You seen those Sparking? I'm getting sidetracked again, but yo, I'm telling you, bro. Bruh. The Sparking Zero mods, Look at this shit. This is all we need. A game that looks as good as Sparking Zero. Every anime in that bit.
Jump Force. People were hyped.
I am hyped.
The
You're
game
ugly.
looked sick. The game looked ambitious. You also got to remember that this was 2018. Demon Slayer's success has made it legally and socially acceptable to show outward interest in this game. The second trailer came out, the game looked epic. This one guy in the comments said, they all look like they're oiled up. Gon is like 10, you sick fuck.
Bro, the character model was so fucking ugly.
I remember talking about this game with a friend at the time who was planning on getting it, and I told him, there's only one final roster announcement before the game comes out.
I think my team in that shit, I like using the created character. Just cause I just love created characters. I think I used the created character, Aizen, and I think Gon.
And I'll only get the game if it's like Dio or some shit. It was an announcement for Dio or some shit. Surely this game will live up to the hype, right? Games always live up to the hype. I have never once in my entire life seen a game that did not live up to the hype. All they need to do now is not fuck it up. They
Like,
fucked it
not
up.
gonna lie, I have no recollection of this fucking game. Can I check my Xbox stats? Cause I know I played on Xbox. Was in the game? I don't remember that.
Sentiment towards the game plummeted. People were not happy.
I didn't even pay for this. I think I got game shared the game.
Was not
Which was
happy.
nice.
At launch, the game sold around 78,000 copies in Japan alone. That sounds like a lot at first, but a month earlier, Kingdom Hearts 3 released, which sold almost double the amount of copies. Oh, sorry, did I say double? I meant 8 times the sales. Okay, I know that's like comparing a Ford to any other car, but come on. This was supposed to be the anime fighting game of all time, and those launch numbers were not cutting it. The reviews weren't much better either. The game is sitting at a 56 on Metacritic, which is worse than Mort the Chicken. Imagine getting mogged by Mort the Chicken. So what happened?
What? I mean, no. I don't even think I knew about this anime at the time, so I didn't even know who he was. But I didn't know he was in this game. But I didn't even know about this anime at the time, bro. What the fuck is this shit called? Ken Shura? I don't remember, but I think I just watched that this year.
Well, let's start with something superficial.
I watched both versions too, the 90s version and then the newer one.
Graphics. Usually, I don't really talk about
Who that? That shit ugly though.
graphics because they aren't really an aspect of games that really matters to me all too much. But with the Jump Force, it's worth
Yeah,
talking
it matters
about
with Jump
because the
Force,
game looks like this. Look at this shit. This shit looks like Super Mario in real life. This
Yeah,
shit
that's
looks
not
like
it.
Mario in Unreal Engine 5. This is what Dragon Ball will look like in 2013. For some reason, only God knows why, the geniuses behind this game decided the best art style for their anime crossover fighting game was this goofy looking faux realism
Yeah, I
that
don't
makes every character
understand.
just look.
I don't understand it, and I never liked it. That was, I'm not gonna hold you. That was really a big thing that I didn't like about the game was how the characters look. I didn't give a fuck, bro.
Like Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but instead of a fucked up, twisted, desolate 1-1, we have Los Angeles on a Tuesday. I understand that this was always going to be a bit complicated choosing an art style because even though all these characters are coming from anime and manga,
Yeah, they all different
still
arts.
have their own art styles, color palettes, shading. You know, because the original characters, they weren't all created by the same mangaka. They were created by a whole bunch of different people. But who at Bandai Namco was like, guys, we need...
Bandai be allowing any fucking thing for when they come to anime games, they allow anything,
do
bro.
the Smash Bros. Brawl realism. That game looks fucking awesome. And it will continue to look awesome in 20 years because everyone knows realistic graphics always age far better than stylistic graphics. Just look at some of these characters. Ew! It was never a deal breaker. Graphics. Just look at...
Okay, they had Blackbeard, Boa, Sabo, Naruto, Sasuke. Okay, Boruto. Hold on. They had Naruto, Sasuke, Kaguya, Gaara, Kakashi, but they didn't have Sakura? Ooh.
Some of these characters, ew! It was never a deal breaker for me the same way it was for some other people.
That was a deal breaker for me. Who the hell? I don't know them.
It's just ugh for me the same
don't
way
know
it
Lo,
was
bro.
for some other people, but it's just...
They only added Asta. They didn't even add Yuno, his bro, or the girl. What or Noelle, that's her name. Okay, so they had Kenshin and then bro. So you added Kenshin, but you didn't add. I don't remember his name, bro. It was the strong dude though. Hold on, it was a strong dude. Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin, that's the name. But you added Kenshin and then bro, but you didn't add him right here. I forget his name, bro. But him, you didn't add him. You didn't add my bro. You didn't add him. What the fuck, bro? That's bad pick. You didn't add my boy or him or shit. He would have fucked around and been cool to add too. God damn. And then they added fucking Goku. They added Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, and Frieza, but no fucking Gohan, bro. That shit trash.
It's just ugly. And a little soulless, too. Like they're not even trying to appeal to their core audience. You know, anime fans who might like if the game looks a little more animated. If I got to pick an art style, I think they should have just embraced the differences between different styles. Make it look like the Spider-Verse movies or Gumball. Make each character as faithful as possible to their most iconic art style and colors, and then it might look kind of cool seeing those art styles clash. That would also fit into the whole theme of this game being all worlds colliding and all.
Probably didn't. I ain't gonna lie. They probably just didn't feel like doing all that though.
But enough dilly-dally.
But they should have changed that shit though.
It's about time we jump right into this puppy. So the first thing we get launching this game is the intro cutscene, which is the same as the E3 2018 trailer. But after that, we get to make our own character. Because yes, not only is Goku coming to Chicago, but myself, I get to be
I did
in
like
the
the
Jump
custom
Force.
characters.
When
But them
creating a
niggas was
character,
kinda
you're
useless,
given
though.
4 options for body types. A martial arts body, a pirate body, a ninja body,
I was the ninja.
and a samurai body. Supposedly, these are supposed to change your fighting style, but we'll get into that later, so I just chose samurai. The character customization is, it's alright, I guess. You got these little sliders for your body that don't do anything, and I kinda wish there were more normal hairstyles, but you know what? It's okay. I got all the funkiness out of my system when I played Ark. I can deal with a more toned down character creator. After mullying it over for a bit, I decided to make Isaac from The Binding of Isaac. After creating our character, we are dropped into Jump Force HQ. I think this was supposed to be a big social hub where you can interact with people and show off your custom characters. But in 2022, only 3 years after the game launched, the game's servers were shut down and the game was delisted from digital stores. The only reason I can make this video now is because I'm a few unfortunate enough to still have this game on Steam. The HQ is so weirdly ominous when it's empty. I have vague memories of it being packed with people running around, but now it's just...
I don't remember that shit.
Ghost Town. There are these NPCs that aimlessly run around, but it's not the same. This hub acts like a main menu to get to different.
So who made the game though? Like, did they just like stop trying to do shit after they made this and failed?
Personally, I've always found these kind of hubs cumbersome, but frankly, this is the least of Jump Force's issues, so I'll let it slide for now. I would have liked to showcase how good the online multiplayer is in this game, considering how important that usually is to the longevity of a fighting game. But if they were shutting down the servers so soon into the game's lifespan, I think that tells you all you need to know. Fortunately for me, Steam does have a feature called Remote Play, where you can stream the game to friends and have them play local split screen through the internet. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is my my little Isaac from the Binding of Isaac.
That's pretty good.
The hub is also where you go to talk to different NPCs to play through the story missions. Oh, that's right. The story.
Story's
you
fucking
guys
ass.
are lucky I haven't talked about that yet. So, you don't think Goku and Jotaro and others just so happen to bump into each other at the quickie, right? No, that's stupid. What actually happened is that these evil portals of malice and chaos opened up in the real world, and out came these evil demon guys, and now they're destroying our world, but Goku! So now all the universes, including ours, and including the anime universes, they're all jumbled together into one, like, mega club.
Hey, fuck that, bro. They should have added them niggas from the Kuroko's basketball. They should add them niggas from Haikyuu too. Fuck it, bro. Them niggas hit it with a volleyball or some shit, bro.
And all the villains from all the shonen series are like, hey, let's all team up and make one supervillain squad. And we'll also use these Venom guys because they're evil too. And then every anime protagonist is like, holy shit, we need to make anime Avengers. And we'll call ourselves Jump Force. Because we are characters from Shonen Jump. And we will protect every universe and defeat every villain and defeat every Venom.
Hold on, is that why it's really called Jump Force? Because from Shonen Jump? I thought they would call it Jump Force because like it was just a lot of them niggas and they just like didn't do one-on-ones. So I don't know.
And that's about it for the story. If I had to use 2 words to describe the story in this game, it would be corny and lame. I'm not expecting like Red Dead 2 storytelling from my anime crossover fighting game, but
you know something, you know you got mad nigga, you got mad stuff to go off of, you know.
And
what the hell? Jotaro and Dio.
Worlds to work.
I didn't watch Yu Hakusho. Dragon Ball characters, like bro, you added 6 Dragon Ball characters. None of them niggas was Ultimate Gohan. I should smack you in your face.
Work with
and then the One Piece. Y'all niggas ain't add Whitebeard, bitch.
This was the best you could come up with. Jump Force. Jump Force. It just reeks of apathy. Like there's no passion or care put into any of the story or the dialogue. I mean, just look at how awful these cutscenes are. Look at Frieza just floating away. How did they get away with this?
Super move, go! What the fuck?
Oh, and the dialogue. The dialogue is rough. Every character is just a shell of their actual
Speed you
character.
up, baby.
Like, Luffy doesn't feel like Luffy. He feels like a Luffy parody. But it's not
I
just
speed it
Luffy.
up.
It's
What the hell is this?
everyone. But
Yo,
I did want to give this.
Whoa, why the fuck this? Yo, what? Place the YouTube. Why I keep changing the fucking UI, bro? How do I? Why did they? Why did they change it? What the fuck? How do I change? How do I make it go faster? Fuck it.
This game's story a
I
proper
don't know.
chance. So I sat there and I forced myself to pay attention. And guess what? There basically is no story. Almost every mission is the exact same. Detective Director Glover, this ugly bald fuck, who
He
is
is
the leader
ugly.
of Jump Force for whatever
He is
reason,
ugly.
is all like, we've detected an evil anime character possessed by Venom or just a normal villain, I don't know. Player character, you and one other good anime character will go fight them. And then afterwards, the possessed character is all like, oops, sorry guys, I was possessed. I will now join Jump Force because I don't know. Don't you guys have better things to do? The only thing I kind of like about the story is Light Yagami. Light is from Death Note, which is a series that, doesn't really have all too much action.
I don't remember him being in the game.
Especially not from Light. So he doesn't exactly fit in with the other characters like Goku, Jotaro, and Naruto. There's also the fact that Light is a narcissistic, mass-murdering sociopath, so at the beginning of the game when he's joining up with Jump Force, I was all like, that's kinda strange. What's up with that? At first I thought they were just too lazy and didn't care that this kind of hero thing doesn't really suit Light, but spoilers for a dead game you can't even buy anymore. At the end of the story, Light is revealed to be a twist villain. He's been doing all his brainy Death Note style shenanigans in the background all along, because he's no longer interested in becoming god of his own world. He now wants to become god of every world.
I don't think that's a good idea. You see a nigga walking around with black hair and then he get mad, now his shit gold. He get even more mad, now his shit turning blue. I don't know.
That is actually pretty cool, and is a good example of Jump Force using a character from one of its many series and using the premise of a big crossover between worlds to do something interesting and believable with one of its characters. But this only frustrates me more because clearly they can come up with something interesting, but they just choose not to bother with every single other character in this game. Speaking of characters, I think it's time to touch on the roster because it sure is a roster. The base game has 43 different characters, which is honestly not too shabby. Unfortunately, these picks are kinda whack. We got the big four, and each of them have more than enough characters. And then we got the JoJo's guys. We got the Hunter Hunters. Yugi is a super cool pick. I'm very glad he's in this game. But then we got shit like this. Who the fuck is Prometheus? Does he look familiar? Well, he shouldn't.
Okay, so check out these iconic anime characters, such as
Yeah, I see on the
Prometheus.
left. Who is that? Who is that?
Stop!
I still don't know,
guess
bro.
having access to all of Shonen Jump's characters
still don't
weren't
know,
enough
bro.
to fill out a roster because this game added three completely new
You know what I'm looking up, bitch. I mean, about a year after the release, I mean, you couldn't have had them niggas as DLC or like, you could have had the niggas as DLC.
original but ugly and boring characters: Cain, Galena, and Prometheus.
What was the point?
Alright, here's my second favorite character.
Dragon Ball.
Galena. I also... Cain. Cain's pretty cool.
Came from what,
He's-
dude?
I'm usually a the more the merrier kind of guy, but this is not one of those cases. It's like if Gumby came to Smash Bros. Like, no, we're not upset Gumby is gonna be in Smash Bros. Gumby is freaking awesome. We're upset because Gumby being in Smash Bros. Is taking that roster pick away from characters who deserve to be in a Smash Bros. Game far more than Gumby. Oh, hold up now. Did somebody say post-launch DLC fight?
Well, I remember Madara and Majin Buu, then All Might. Oh, Bakugo. Oh, okay. Biscuit, okay.
Leaders? Oh, hopefully we can diversify the roster and maybe even represent some more niche shonen series that are in need of some.
Miriam?
It's Boo. It's Boo from Dragon Ball. You're gonna get
I don't know.
from
Why did they
Dragon
not
Ball,
Gohan, bro?
and you're gonna like it. There comes a point where it becomes redundant to keep adding characters of one series because you've already sold fans of that series onto the game. No One Piece fan is going, well, I wanted to get the game, but there's only 6 One Piece characters. Oh, 7 One Piece characters? Take my money, Bandai! Instead of over-representing certain series, why not prioritize representing as many series as possible? One extra One Piece character is not gonna suddenly persuade any One Piece fans who have not already been persuaded, but if you add Gintoki, maybe you could have swayed some Gintama fans to try out your game. But Trafalgar Law and Boo were not the only DLC fighters added to the game. The game actually got a good amount of DLC fighters. Unfortunately, since the game was taken off the Steam store, I have no way of buying them. Actually, I should count my blessings on that one. There were 14 DLC characters released across 2 seasons, 9 in the first and 5 in the second.
Okay, Todoroki, Giorno. Okay.
If you're wondering why Season 2's pass only had half the characters as Season 1, it's because the game was already so dead that by Season 2 they had to cut it in half. I do actually like a lot of these DLC picks. Biscuit Kruger, Meruem, Giorno Giovanna, even Trafalgar D. Law, even though I think One Piece is already overrepresented. You could make the argument that he's popular enough of a character that he should have been in the base game.
He is.
A pattern with the DLC fighters? Why
They're
are all the DLC characters only from series already represented?
Yeah, they're already from the most popular
in the
ones.
base game. Where is Demon Slayer? You know, the one Shonen Jump manga to break One Piece's 11-year
Chill.
streak of being the best-selling manga series.
Look at Haikyuu. I tell niggas, bro, Haikyuu really one of them, bro.
This game came out during prime Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was inescapable back in 2020. And you're telling me they didn't think to capitalize on that popularity? All they needed was like Tanjiro, just one character, and I guarantee people would have ate that up. They added Giorno as a DLC fighter, likely to capitalize on Golden Wind's success since that just aired recently, so clearly they're at least partially aware of what's popular. No.
They didn't add no JJK, they could have added my boy Gojo, Yuji, Megumi.
Demon Slayer and Jump Force. We need 7 Bleach fighters.
No.
7 more Bleach fighters to Jump Force. We don't have space. If we had Tanjiro, we wouldn't have enough space for Prometheus. And if we can't have Prometheus, then what the hell was the point?
I don't remember those characters, bro.
Of this game at
That
all?
ass,
What
I
are we
don't
even
remember those
doing
characters.
Do something useful.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay.
How are you doing? Hey, no pausing.
Who is who? Am I getting my ass beat or am I beating yo ass?
Yeah.
I thought they would have like
Have different colors. Yeah.
With every DLC, the final roster comes out to 57 characters, which sounds impressive, but Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Bleach each had 7 characters, which means of the
714. My math is bad.
57 characters, 28 of them come from one of the big 4. If I run those numbers on my calc real quick, that means that in Jump Force, 47% of characters come from 4 series. That's kind of ridiculous. So many series only got one fighter to represent, which makes sense for a more niche series such as City Hunter. But then there's stuff like My Hero Academia and Black Clover. Both of those series only got one character in the base game.
Oh yeah, but then they added back over for the DLC. Who they added for Black Clover?
And I mean, maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like in 2019, both those series, especially My Hero Academia, was very popular.
Yes, it fucking was. Oh no, and they got All Might as well.
At least they actually got a character. This is supposed to be a celebration of Shonen Jump as a whole. I understand that these are some of Shonen Jump's most popular series, but sometimes it really doesn't feel like a Shonen Jump crossover fighter. It just feels like a Naruto versus Goku versus Luffy versus Ichigo fighting game, with special guests like Kenshiro every once in a while. Where is Koro-sensei? Let me play as Funny Yellow Octopus Man. Actually, now that I think about it, the roster really does lack some fun, wacky
That's
picks.
not a bad
Pretty
pick.
much everyone in here except for like the Yu-Gi-Oh bros are traditional fighters. Well, duh, it is a fighting game after. Quiet, stupid. Yes, it is a fighting game.
That wasn't a bad pick.
Multiverses could make LeBron James into a fighter. Why can't Jump Force make like, I don't know, the cat from Madoka Magica into a fighter? Oh, it's not published by Shonen Jump. Never mind. Also, when I'm using multiverses as an example of doing something right, that's a the only thing weirder
Yeah, that
than
game
the
fucking
roster
died
in this
twice.
game is the map selection. Actually, no, I take it back. Jump Force only has incredible maps. Why? I can't seem to pick my favorite. I think my favorite map is Los Angeles. No, wait, New York City. No, wait, Hong Kong. No, wait, Mexico. Just the whole country of Mexico, I guess. Actually, no, it's San Francisco. Actually, no, it's Paris. No, wait, there are 17 stages in this game, and this is where they could have gotten really creative. Think of all the cool set pieces that come from shonen series that would have made for really cool maps. But for some reason, half
Nah, that shit ass.
of them are just real-life cities. That's right, I'm picking up the anime crossover fighting game because I really want to fight in New Zealand. I hear that is a great place for a brawl. Like, I get the whole point of the game is the whole merging of the anime multiverse in our world, but dude, half of them? I can promise you from first-hand experience, LA is not that gas. Now, a Toronto map, on the other hand, hey, you wanna know what's funny? Guess which series every other non-real world map comes from? That's right, Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball.
Bleach.
I bet you're expecting me to say Bleach.
Damn.
But no, they couldn't even make a single Bleach
Damn,
map.
you
It's
got
just
me. You
Naruto,
got
One
me.
Piece, and Dragon Ball now. Bleach? Bye-bye, Bleach. You're not making the cut anymore. Dude, what if Super Smash Bros. Only had Mario, Kirby, and Zelda maps? How lame would that be? I don't even get it. Like, if the Jump Force devs loved their real-world maps so much, why didn't they just double up? Like, you could have had an Egypt map that doubles as both a JoJo's map, but also just another real-world map. How do you miss that opportunity? But it gets even weirder. Because of the universe merging shenanigans, there are different anime references scattered around the real-world maps. For example, in the background of the New Zealand map, you can see the Black Whale, which is a ship from Hunter x Hunter. On one hand, that's a reference to the Succession War arc, which is an absolutely goated arc. I love that arc, and it will probably never get animated, so seeing a reference to it in this game is cool as hell.
Yo, I was reading Hunter x Hunter, but then I forgot. I forgot to read it. But now I don't know what chapter I was on. What the fuck am I talking about?
But on the other hand, if you wanted to make a plain beach map with a big reference in the back to Hunter x Hunter,
Right.
just make a Hunter x Hunter map.
Okay, Island.
Let's go.
All right, let's talk about the combat, because you guys know I saved the best for last. Let's start with the pros. For one, the game is very flashy. Even if I don't like the art style all too much, a lot of the moves in the game are admittedly kind of cool to look at, especially with all the particle effects. I also like that for the most part, a lot of the cinematic attacks are pretty fast, which is important in keeping the flow of battle moving quick. Everything else, though, kinda sucks.
I missed.
My two biggest issues with Jump Force's combat
Oh, they got Sage and 6 pounds. That was her?
is that it's super basic and that everyone feels the same. You know that stereotype of fighting games that you can just win by mashing one button? Well, that's basically every single fight in Jump Force. Every character in this game has the same basic combo that you do by just spamming the light attack button. Occasionally, there will be like one move in the combo that's visually different, but for most characters, it's just the same thing. It doesn't even make sense for some characters. Not every anime character can teleport. Why does the basic combo every character have end in a teleport attack? Remember the different fighting styles I talked about earlier that you can select for your custom character? It's a lie. They all
Bad
fight the
games.
exact same. The only
I be telling these that, yo, bro, that's what I be saying. Like, I don't know if they just be blinded by nostalgia like my friends, but they be talking about, yo, I wish Jump Force to come back. It's not the game, bro. It's the idea of the game, bro. This game was fucking trash. I keep telling niggas this, bro. This game was ass, bro.
difference are the visuals. The mechanics don't change. This makes every fight
The idea of the game wasn't bad, but the execution was fucking terrible.
in Jump Force feel the same. It doesn't matter who you pick or who your opponent picks. Every fight just boils down to the same basic combo every match. Maybe in high-tier competitive gaming it's different and being more creative is better, but for like 90% of people who play this game, it's just easier and stronger to play super aggressive, spamming the same combo every character has. This makes the game get boring really quickly. When the facade clears away and you get to see what this game really is, the illusion of the amazing possibilities of having 50 plus characters to choose from fades away. Jump Force is also an assist fighter, meaning instead of picking one character per fight, you get to pick 3. These backup characters are both extra moves you can use during a fight, and also backup fighters you can swap to whenever you want. Apparently, assist fighters get a bad rep amongst the fighting game community.
I don't like them. I don't like them.
I am not a part of that community, so I don't really know why. But frankly, I think it's a godsend in Jump Force, because if Jump Force didn't have the assist mechanics, what the fuck would this game even have?
Holy shit, look at Blackbeard.
The answer is Prometheus. We would still have Prometheus. Yo, why is he hitting the... The only unique moves characters get are their abilities, in which each character is giving 4. With one of them being their awakening move, which is your super ultimate move that only becomes available once your awakening gauge reaches at least half. Every character can also use this gauge to awaken, which is stuff like Goku going Super Saiyan or Naruto going Sage Mode. But for most characters, it's just a generic buff because a lot of these characters don't have modes they swap between. It feels like a feature very much geared towards Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, and Dragon Ball. Even most of the unique abilities in this game work the exact same with only slight variation and a different cutscene that plays. To be fair, some are unique. For example, Kurapika has a healing ability. It really fucking does anything. I don't know, it's kind of cool, I guess. My favorite ability in the game comes from Yugi, who has a gambling ability, where you can draw a random card that gives a random effect. Some characters also have unique quirks, such as Dio being unable to be selected on daytime maps because he's a vampire. And yes, although that is a cool detail, you gotta give me more than that, man.
How did Dio cause that anyway?
No idea, because he doesn't have anything in his kit. If it was like something that like...
I don't even... Yeah, what the fuck? That was just awkward. That was just awkward, I'm not gonna lie. That was just dead awkward.
Sanji actually has a negative character quirk. Normally, he's a pretty good fighter, but secretly, he actually has 2 movesets. One for fighting guys, and one for fighting gals. That is a pretty fun character detail, one that makes sense for his character. But unfortunately, it makes playing Sanji a huge gamble, because his fighting style when fighting women is intentionally made super weak. So all your opponent needs to do to completely dominate you whenever you're playing Sanji is to switch to a female character every time Sanji comes out. Sanji, I know you have no problem hitting children, but you need to start hitting women or we're gonna lose.
Okay.
After playing Jump Force for about 10 hours, I can see why the player base for this game fell off a cliff so soon after launch. The fighting is just boring. It's cool at first, but the deeper you get, the more shallow you realize it is and the more repetitive every fight feels. It's
So
really
basically, yeah, like I said, bro, I always told niggas, yo, Jump Force is fucking bad, bro. Don't ask me to hop on that game. Niggas be blinded, bro. Niggas be blinded by straight nostalgia, bro. That shit ass. The game is ass. The game sucks. Fuck that game. Now, this GameCube shit, though. Real talk.